Yo, what's going on, guys? I thought it would be a good idea to watch the process for the first YouTube video ever on my channel. Hope you guys like it. I'm gonna react a little bit and yeah, enjoy. Let's go through this. Yo, guys. So before we start watching, I just want to say that Optic needs a big turnaround. That last event, that was pretty rough. I mean, we lost to Florida Mutineers, then we lost to LA Thieves, and it was pretty bad. It was a 3-0 from Florida, and then LA, it was a 3-0. So it was pretty bad. We need to bounce back because that event was pretty bad. So, yeah.
Asking the glory. Yeah, I mean it's pretty dope, you know. It's pretty damn big though. It's pretty big.
I
was definitely a little bit nervous here in the crowd for the first time. I kind of just started bawling, and I definitely lost it a little bit.
Job finished. It's not finished. It's not finished.
We never lost confidence.
I'm gonna stop it just so I can make a point. You know, I find it funny that everybody like dogs Optic. It's crazy. It's like when they lose, it's like, oh my God, you should have did that or whatever. And it's like Optic is like one of the most like talented teams. Like if it wasn't for FaZe, Optic would be the best team in the world. But statistically, when you go back to like Cold War and like other Call of Duty titles, FaZe, unfortunately for Optic, they take the cake because FaZe was unstoppable in Cold War, and a lot of other games. Optic just started finding their footing again, which for an Optic fan, obviously that's enjoyable. I don't know. They just had a really rough tournament, and like I said earlier, they just need to bounce back. So hopefully, we will see that at champs.
And that's all that matters.
Yo, Green Wall is diff, bro. I know I keep pausing. I just want to say one more thing. Honestly, Optic has the best fans. Like FaZe, they're great, but like they don't have the fans that Optic have. Like it's different. Like Optic has like diehard like fans that will be there no matter what. Like for some teams, like the fans will switch up if one thing goes wrong with Optic. It's not like that's like always by your side type situation, which I think is super fucking dope. And that's kind of how I am. It's like I'm always by their side no matter what. Like I can like enjoy watching other teams, but like I will never switch up. Like I will always be Optic, right? Like I will always be like by their corner at the end of the day. Like FaZe is cool, like all those other teams are cool, but it's just unfortunate. Unfortunately for other people listening, it's just not my team. Um, I'm Green Wall, and yeah.
Nope, not my first time on the process. Oh wait, yeah, it used to be Vision. Oh my lord, this is my first time.
I want to ask you, where do you think we should start?
Where do you think we should start? Oof. Probably when Seth was poaching me via text every day, just texting me to retire and come join.
What do you mean? How are we doing, gentlemen?
I was here before the season started. I think I just came for like a week to hang out, if I'm not mistaken.
Also, I just want to say, Method's retiring and like doing the breakdown with Scump and watch parties. I think that is so cool. Like Scump couldn't have a better partner. Like everyone would have been like formal or like Nade Shot, but like Methods like really stepped up to the plate and um I don't know, I just think that their like duo is like very interesting. Like they kind of like bounce off each other and they have the same personality and same like goals. So it just like really works well for like content. So I really fuck with his like retirement, even though it's like sad or whatever. Like he was a great fucking Call of Duty player. He just made the fans so happy. He accomplished just so much, and yeah,
taken. We sort of talked, and he told me this was going to be his last year. I called bullshit because I've heard that for like the past 5 years that, you know, I might be retiring or whatever. But then he was like, no, like we're actually, like we're recording a piece that's going to come out, and you know, we're going to announce retirement. I was like, okay, so now it's actually somewhat real. And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's getting to that point for me. And we just talked about, you know, making a show together and what that would look like and how we could essentially try and take over the content game. Yeah, he retired early, and he didn't tell anybody. So I found out we were at the scrim then. I was obviously still competing on Boston. We were literally, our scrim was against Optic. And I was like, are you guys gonna be late today? He's like, dude, it's not even 1 or, he set a time.
I don't want to keep pausing it. I mean, I think that's like kind of the whole like point of a reaction, but like I don't want to be that streamer just because I know it can be annoying. It's just Methods is such a great guy. Like he's just a good person, like at heart. And the fact that he retired to go help Scump and to go, you know, make Call of Duty more, and, you know, by that I mean like more successful, and just like to keep the eyeballs just, you know, open. There's just no words I can really say about that man and about Scump. I mean, they're both just incredible people. I love both of them, and yeah, I'm gonna stop fucking pausing the video. It's just there's just so much I want to say, but I know like you guys also need to see it, and like I need to stop talking. Like I know that shit is annoying. At least it annoys me. I don't know if it annoys other people, but yeah.
Then he's like, they're like 5 minutes late. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, check Twitter, dumbass. I check Twitter, and I'm just like, dude, are you serious? Like you just retired mid-season? Like you just pulled the plug? Simultaneously, I wasn't really enjoying the process, no pun intended, the process of competing anymore. Just like the actual day-to-day scrim life where you're there for 8-9 hours of VOD and scrims. And when you do it, I mean, I've been doing it since childhood. I mean, I was 14 when I went pro, or pretty much pro. So I made the decision before the tournament, and very, very few people knew. Obviously, for a decision like that, I talked to my family and I talked to some close friends, and we had a match versus Thieves in the online qualifiers before the Boston Major, and somehow it kind of leaked, and my teammates sort of bombarded me that day. And they were like, are you retiring? And I was like, fuck, we'll talk about this later. You know, we got to the Boston Major, and we underperformed again, I think. I think we placed top 6, and we lost 3-2 first round of phase. And ever since we got knocked to losers bracket, like every time I walked onto the stage, it was like damn, like this has been my life forever, and this next match could possibly be my last. So I was giving it everything I had.
That's a nice gunfight win, and now Methods, he could just stay down.
Also, I just want to say, I just want to make a point here. Like the fact that he retired early and he hasn't had like, he's had success, but just like not nearly as much as he deserved. I mean, if that doesn't tell you what kind of person Methods is, then like I don't think anything will. Methods is just like a very wholesome dude, and he's very selfless, and he's just a great dude overall. I mean, this guy has not had, like, if we're being honest, like if we compare Methods to Scump, like there's like no success there. Like, yeah, he's done great things, but compared to Scump, he's done nothing. I mean, you can say that about a lot of players. That's nothing towards Methods or anything. It's just Scump is just a different breed at the end of the day. So I just mad respect. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, let's keep the video going.
Now, what can he find? Methods with the shots, but not a Zenny player, but Methods. He's got 3 in the round. All right, Zenny showed us a little bit of movement. I like it.
That was a crazy round. That was actually a really crazy round.
He's locked in right now. Sure has been. Methods just playing really well. You see him all in the kill feed.
Methods sitting at 18 and 10 currently on 3 in a row, Joe. Yeah, he may not get time, but Methods is just centering on foreheads. Zenny wins it! Zenny wins it! That is now Methods on an 8 spree.
I mean, each time going on there was just like a mix of emotions that I never felt before on stage. That was the first time I've ever experienced sort of knowing that this could be my last time. So I think we win 2 losers bracket matches, and then we face off against Optic.
Space to work with, they've got to go. Fly forward, run. Lives are out. A few more seconds. Who cuts down the last man? It is over. It's done. No one there. Optic hold it. And it's another.
That sucked, especially because of how close it was. You know, it was a close one, and I would have loved to go out swinging and, you know, play it on Championship Sunday. But that night, after we lost to Optic, I kind of broke down a little bit, and okay, what the fuck's going on right now? I broke down a little bit, and I remember we were like backstage, and like we had to walk through the VIP entrance to leave, and like I saw my parents like at the end of the doors, and I kind of just turned around and I walked back to like the venue where I was like overlooking the stage, so I was the only person in the venue. It was empty, and I was just staring at the stage, and I kind of just started bawling, and I definitely lost it a little bit. And
If that doesn't tell you how passionate this man is and just how much he cares about this, how do I word this? Like esports, I guess. I don't know what will tell you that this guy is a great guy, and we need more people like him in this community just to keep it like growing, just to keep it from dying, honestly, because Call of Duty has had some bad years. Like, I mean, the viewership, the tickets, just nothing has been the greatest the last few years. Um, when you compare it to like other events, like maybe like World War II or Black Ops 4 or maybe Black Ops 2, or when you compare it to those, obviously these events the last few years look very small, but just such a great. I know I keep saying it, but it's just like I feel like I have to make that known just because he is a great dude and people give him shit. And I mean, like a lot of Call of Duty players get shit, but he gets so much shit and he's like such a good guy.
Denz, our GM in Boston, came over and he started hugging me and was like, you know, be happy it happened. Don't be sad it's over. And so yeah, I had my moment there, and I was a wreck that night. I was definitely way worse Saturday night than I was Sunday. And then Sunday I started getting cold feet. My parents were there, and I kind of had this vision, I guess, of doing it on stage and saying goodbye to everybody in person and on stream. And like, I think that was just so much more genuine than me doing a video or a tweet after the event. Like it was our home major, my family was there. You know, I told my parents that morning, I'm not gonna retire on stage. I didn't want to take away from like the tournament. I didn't want to take away from Boston's major. I didn't want to take away from the team still competing. I didn't want to be selfish and like sort of make it about me. And then everybody else sort of talked me out of that, and they were like, dude, like you're allowed to be selfish for this. Like there's no better way to do it. So my parents were driving home, and they were like they just left like an hour ago. And I called my parents, and they turned around, and luckily they got there just in time. And yeah, I went out there and I did it. And
The retirement video. Essentially, I mean, obviously he's on stage live, but so many people had their phones out recording, so essentially, I guess you could look at it like that, but you guys know what I mean. Just, oh my God, man. This guy had such a great run, and God, I don't understand how he like he even managed to go on stage, because I would have been balling. Like, there's no way I could have fucking had my feelings like under control that much, like in front of all those people, like and live. Like, no, that guy's built different.
I'm gonna do my best not to break down right now. This game changed my life. I was an overweight 15-year-old kid who didn't feel like I had much purpose, and then this game This community legitimately changed my life and gave me confidence and made me feel like someone. I have my family here today, so I can't think of a better way to say goodbye than on this stage in front of my family. They've made so many sacrifices for me. I mean, I was in the mirror for like 3 weeks prior, like just practicing what I'd say, and I went out there and I'm okay with what I put out there, but I also wish I forgot. I mean, I didn't thank my teammates. It was a weird moment where I was just so, it didn't feel real. Like I was just like, what's going on right now? So the future is green. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the games. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
What a great guy.
After I walked off stage, like I said, Saturday night was way more emotional. Sunday was emotional when I saw my brother because he was crying and then we hugged and so I started crying again. But yeah, it was kind of like a weight off the shoulders, I guess, to finally just go out there and do it. And yeah.
Okay, so like I've been wanting to say this, but guys, I obviously cannot like stay here the full hour. Like it's it's 100 degrees in my room at the moment, and that's quite embarrassing to admit, but I got to be transparent with you guys. Um, there's no way I can just watch this entire video. Like maybe we can get to like 15 to 20 minutes and then like I can make a part 2, but I can't get through a full hour. I'm sorry, guys. Like I really would love to, but it's so hot and it's just like so long. Like I can't just sit here like just, you know what I mean? Like just sweating like for a full hour. Like so I hope you guys understand. Okay, there's Zinni, Ellie.
Welcome, we got granite countertops, stainless steel.
I believe that's his new apartment, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my goodness.
Just fucking nice and beautiful. Look at that view. Just look at the fucking doors, like everything is just
That's a big bathtub for a
fucking
big boy.
perfect. Beautiful.
I retired Sunday. I was in the car on the way home Wednesday. So I drove back to New Jersey. I spent a couple of days there, and then I was immediately on a flight here to Dallas. I didn't stream for a few days. Everyone was tweeting me, assuming I was in Dallas getting ready.
It's a big day for Zen, big day.
Ladies and fucking gentlemen.
Straight!
I wanted to give people a fun experience rather than something, I don't know, just lackluster. And I feel like we nailed it. Everybody who helped me really killed it there. So I was, the reception was, of course, insane. My stream went crazy. My social media posts went crazy. I mean, it was kind of just like a homecoming type feeling. And yeah, that was a special day.
All right, Jay, here we are. This is the one that everybody has been waiting for. The first official series.
Yo, well, we're all looking at Ghosty. I just want to say, like, I think he has helped in some aspects, like with communication and kind of like keeping the team focused. Because I feel like the Optic just like kind of lost their focus. But like, I don't think he was like 100% like the piece they needed, because I feel like they're still struggling, which kind of sucks because I feel like Ghosty really brought in a lot. Just I think Optic needs to kind of get out of their own heads a little bit and just kind of just like, just kind of have that faith and just be like, I know what I can do, and just not think too much about the fans or like their teammates. Just kind of just like just look forward, play, like you know what you're doing type thing. Ghosty, honestly, he could have just maybe been a little bit more vocal in certain situations, which I remember watching. There was like one video or like one match, not video, sorry, one match where like I remember they went into a listen and he was just so quiet, and it's like Optic is not winning when people are quiet, when people are fucking feeding off each other's like like, you know what I mean? When you're feeding off the person's energy and the comms are going, like everything is great. That's when they're winning. And I feel like Ghosty kind of didn't step up in that way in some matches. I remember I remember hearing some listenings where it's like he was just going off, and like Optic was just completely just fucking like just frying everybody, just shooting laser beams, literally. So all I'm trying to say is like I think Ghosty needs to be a little bit more like vocal, and I think Optic will find a lot of success. That was kind of confusing. I was kind of all over the place there. I apologize. I hope you guys understand like what I was trying to say.
For Dan Ghosty, if you were to tell me, Jay, that we were going to see a roster change, let alone for Dan Ghosty, who's an excellent challenger player, it would definitely surprise me, given the history of Optic Texas. They don't do moves like this very often.
Yeah, they definitely don't make moves like this happen. I don't think I've ever seen Optic Texas pick up a challenger player, especially after just getting top 4. But when you make that change, it's obviously for a reason. So Dan Ghosty, he's going to have to come out swinging, man. I'm so excited to see this young man play because we saw the stat line from our stats guy, what he was able to do in challengers. The guy is unreal. Look at these numbers. He's like a superhero out there. So if he's going to put up these kind of numbers for Optic Texas, let me tell you, they're going to be the top dog, no question.
It's a good question. I don't know. Statistically, I was, the best player for the last few months in challengers. So there is that on the surface level. But I felt like, at least for me, I bring a different kind of dynamic than most rookies would. You expect them to fry and all that. And granted, I can, but I don't mind taking a step back and being the IGL, so to speak, or the facilitator or a leader in comms. And I feel like that's what they needed. And they heard from a couple of their friends and just by watching that I could bring that to the team. And I'm glad that they believed in me and that they trusted me.
Admit, I have all right. Nice, let's fucking go, Kyler. I have all right. They're all spawning left. Nice, Alec is first.
Yeah, you guys hear that shit? You guys see what the fuck I'm talking about? That's when Optic are literally at their best.
So he's able to take a step back in terms of like just slaying and being our IGL, because that's like the one thing that we really needed on this team.
What in the world was that?
What did he just say? IGL in-game leader. What did I like? That's what I said. Like when Ghosty is just playing his role, like being an AR, but also just like being that in-game leader. There's nothing better than that. Like nothing more needs to be said. Like it's just that cut and dry, that simple.
That was an snapper, brother. It's about to be. Oh my! 11 in a row, 13-1, and Exceed has got to be terrified.
I remember that hoop fucking went insane.
They're off to a great start.
I remember
You're
that
1-0, and you add 10 more points to your leaderboard.
Any kill is a huge one, and that will be game. Toronto Ultra, a 3-0.
Dude, Scrap's passion is just different. Like, like that man is like the younger version of Scump. Like, it kind of like tilts me. Because, I mean, like, obviously no one likes to watch their team lost, but then you also have that in front of your face. It's kind of like, it's like a little much, It's like overwhelming, but what can you do, Like, I don't hate him, but it's just kind of like, obviously, it's just in the moment. I get that. But it's like, come on, man. Like, it's 1-1. It's not like you just won 3-1 or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, Optic taking the task and get a hot 3-0. But that will be a 3-0 in the books.
Yeah, so going up against that FaZe match, if we won that match, then we were going to get in winners. If we lost that, we would be in losers, and Vegas would be in winners. So going into that match, obviously, there was high stakes, but we knew what we could do. You know what I'm saying? We always got to rely on our practice, and that was one thing that we could fall back on, is that even...
Also, I just want to say, Shotzzy, like for real, like on a real note, like not even like trying to just make content for this like video that I'm making. Like he needs to have a really good start to champs. Like Shotzi was not Shotzi that last event. Like he's you like when he's in flow state, he's just doing everything. But that last event, like he had no like footing in those matches whatsoever. He was like he just had like his map awareness and gun skill just like was not like what it usually was. Like everything was just like kind of just like I I think he just for some reason just came out flat. Like maybe it was the nerves. Like who knows?
Even
But like
though that
Shotzi
these
needs to
matches
turn
that
up
we're
this
losing,
next
we're getting
event.
slammed or not slammed, but like we're getting 3-0'd. I just know the team that like we're capable of being to be.
Recent series for Optic Texas, questions are rising. Lots of storylines as we know, buddy, but for Optic Texas, man, win and you're into the winner's bracket, lose and, well, you're not. It's going to be free time. Who's going to jump in? It could be Luke's chance.
What minute I missed? No! Come on, man. Let's go! Fucking shit, ready? Fucking go, baby.
5 more points. Is this going to be it for Texas? They fight 3. They fight 4.
Come on! Let's fucking go, That's 10! That's 10! You fucking suck! You fucking suck! Go, Dan! That's 10! I only had to drop 10! I only had to drop 10! Just 10? That's it, man? Just 10? Teamwork. That's it? That's all I needed? What did I go, 10 and 30? 10 and 30? Oh, 0.5 for the win. 0.5 for the win.
Yeah, I got so much.
We made winners!
Yeah, as soon as you
Yeah, so after the win, Texas Major was up next. I mean, I was feeling great. I think the whole team was feeling great. I mean, 3-2. Or despite that, I think the bigger picture for us was like the practice and how we've gelled and how we feel as a unit. You know what I mean? That's really all that matters. And I think we felt great going into it. I did at least. So, yeah.
It ain't no challengers, but gotta get all the stuff set up, all the settings, all the good normal stuff. Just another day in the office.
content in Call of Duty, the best shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a good day. We just got here in this big ass room.
Yo guys, that's gonna be the video. I know like we didn't get through the whole video. Like I said, we can do like a part 1 then part 2. It's just so hot. I apologize. I hope you guys understand. I love you guys. Consider dropping a follow and consider, giving me a like. I know I may have like repeated myself a lot during this video. It's just because, like I said, it's so hot and it's also my first video. So bear with me and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you.